Welcome to Star Trek Prodigy, Season 1, Episode 2, Starstruck. Dramatic. Episode 2 starts off with them lying to Janeway about being the crew. Janeway, it seems like she knows what's going on. She sort of, you see the hint in her eye that maybe she knows that they're sort of bullshitting her a little. So she basically sort of takes it upon herself to train them. She sort of goes, "Oh, you're cadets, you mustn't." And then they ask some pretty basic questions. Like, they would have to have an idea. And then, obviously, the storyline progresses to the journey of Dal and learning to tell the truth, but also to accept help and accept advice from others. He's a very forward-thinking and very, I'm right, you're wrong, listen to me, I don't give a crap about what you say kind of guy. And it's a character trait which I'm hoping is kind of like Ahsoka in Star Wars Clone Wars, where it's rough around the edges and he'll get better later on. He certainly, the episode lends itself, they're caught in a black hole, they can't get out, he needs to take advice from different people. Janeway is sort of put on the back burner, but you can see throughout the episode that she's sort of pushing Dal to make the right choices and pushing the others to make the right choices. And it's an interesting dynamic, because obviously this is learning to take advice and to grow and to work within a team. And to work within a team, obviously you need to listen to the people around you. And these are kids, all of them are kids. We see the first signs of Gwen actually sort of feeling empathy for the people that she's helped imprisoned all these years. And she actually goes, "I thought you were all criminals." And Rocktox was a child, so you see that she's having that empathy. She's starting to grow. She's still defending her father, and she's still sort of like, well, he'll come and find us, and he'll set me free. And they sort of don't trust her. You can see Dal wants to, but it's very much a sort of a slow progress on the thing. And also, this episode, they explore the protostar, which I think the CGI element adds a lot to this ship. Like, it is cool, it is futuristic. It doesn't look like the exterior looks a lot like other Star Trek show ships, but the interior is sort of, I don't know, it has an element of Millennium Falconness in it, in that everything is interconnected and everything is very close. On a side note, has anyone noticed, like, I noticed it in the first episode, and I said it in my first review, Dal's face looks like it's painted on, and it's with all the characters, like, the art motif they've gone for is really beautiful. The show looks beautiful. The colours are crisp, but the characters are sort of, I don't know, they're stylized in a way that really emphasizes each one of them character-wise. Yeah, I really find the art style is nail on the head. In this episode, we obviously learn that Pog loves his food. He's obviously wasn't in that prison his whole life. And then we see Rocktox, and she's been there her whole life, so she just orders just a sort of what she's been eating in the confines of her kidnapping. And you sort of see that it's really interesting, because for a kid's show, it's giving you a lot of empathy for these characters, which I think is good. You certainly have different characters, like Pog he's annoying and he's a little bit grumpy, but he's cool. Gwen, you know she's good. You've seen her do good things in the first episode, so this one was very different. Certainly Dal is the one that we're focusing on, and Janeway is there as an advisor, and you can see that she's sort of taken a back seat while being central to the plot. Like, she's, I want to say, kind of like, she's kind of like at the end of shows like Captain Planet and stuff back in the 90s, where she would give the moral of the story after the end. So after she's hinted towards them to head in a certain way, she'll go, well, I've been teaching you to go a certain way. And it's an interesting dynamic. I've not seen it done in many kids shows in general. I certainly enjoyed this episode. I think because it was shorter, because obviously the first two are put together in a pilot scenario. I think because it was shorter, it very much felt like it was also less stretched out. There's not a lot of filler. It's just, oh no, they've got stuck in the situation. They're in the black hole. They can't escape. They found the proto-core and the warp core. The proto-core might explode. How do we fix this? They've got to work together as a team. Who do we talk to? Da 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 da. Like it's and Dal sort of fights against taking orders or doing anything with people. So it's very quick paced. It's very fast, which for a kid that's the way it's going to be. I certainly struggle with attention now, let alone kids these days. Kids these days with their old phones. So it's a really, really good episode. The Protostar is a really magnificent ship, though. And I think having the view screen all around the bridge looks really, really good. I think certainly the show has potential to go far. We don't see a lot with the bad guys this episode. The sort of beginning and the end. The end is sort of like, we're on our way, and they leave the confines of the asteroid that they were mining, and they head for the Protostar. So it's interesting to see where they're going. There's a very Darth Vader, Emperor Sidiousness about the bad guys, but this episode didn't really focus on that. It was all about team building and taking advice. I certainly... Look, the show's looking good so far. It is very young for me. I am a little bit older, although I don't look it. But otherwise, it's a really good show. It certainly has Star Trek values and Star Trek morals. Janeway recites off, we seek out strange new worlds and new civilizations, like she does the Star Trek spule. So it's certainly a very good introductory to the Star Trek universe. What did you think? Leave a like or a comment and subscribe for weekly Star Trek Prodigy, Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and of course, random videos on Sunday where I discuss things like the man in Star Trek, gay representation, toxic fans, basically whatever I feel like discussing on the day. Sometimes it's a tier list. So come back on Thursday for Strange New Worlds episode 7, I believe.